Numbers, chapter 1. And Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tent of meeting, on the first day of the second month in the second year after they came out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the sons of Israel, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, every male, by their polls, from 20 years old and upward, all who are able to go forth to war in Israel. Thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies. And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, each one head of his father's house. And these are the names of the men who shall stand with you. Of Reuben, Elizur the son of Shedeur. Of Simeon, Shelumiel the son of Zurishaddai. Of Judah, Nahshon the son of Amminadab. Of Issachar, Nathanael the son of Zuar. Of Zebulun, Eliab the son of Helon. Of the sons of Joseph of Ephraim, Elishama the son of Ammihud. Of Manasseh, Gamaliel the son of Pedazur. Of Benjamin, Abidan the son of Gideoni. Of Dan, Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai. Of Asher, Pagiel the son of Achran. Of Gad, Eliasaph the son of Deuel. Of Naphtali, Ahira the son of Enan. These are those who were called from the congregation, the rulers of the tribes of their fathers. They were the heads of the thousands of Israel. And Moses and Aaron took these men who are mentioned by name, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their ancestry after their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old, and as Lord commanded Moses. So he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the sons of Reuben, Israel's firstborn, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Of the sons of Simeon, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, those who were numbered of it, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were of those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. Of the sons of Gad, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Gad, were 45,650. Of the sons of Judah, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Judah, were 74,600. Of the sons of Issachar, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the sons of Zebulun, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Of the sons of Joseph, namely of the sons of Ephraim, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. Of the sons of Manasseh, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Manasseh, were 32,200. Of the sons of Benjamin, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Benjamin, were 35,400. Of the sons of Dan, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700. Of the sons of Asher, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Asher, were 41,500. Of the sons of Naphtali, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those who were numbered of them, of the tribe of Naphtali, were 53,400. These are those who were numbered, whom Moses and Aaron numbered, and the rulers of Israel, being 12 men. They were each one for his father's house. So all those who were numbered of the sons of Israel by their fathers' houses, from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go forth to war in Israel, even all those who were numbered, were 603,550. But the Levites, according to the tribe of their fathers, were not numbered among them. For Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Only the tribe of Levi thou shalt not number, neither shalt thou take the sum of them among the sons of Israel. But appoint thou the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony, and over all the furniture of it, and over all that belongs to it. They shall bear the tabernacle, and all the furniture of it, and they shall minister to it. And when the tabernacle sets forward, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up. And the stranger who comes near shall be put to death. And the sons of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard, according to their armies. But the Levites shall encamp round about the tabernacle of the testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the sons of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of the testimony. Thus did the sons of Israel. According to all that Lord commanded Moses, so they did. Chapter 2. And Lord spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, The sons of Israel shall encamp every man by his own standard, with the ensigns of their fathers' houses. They shall encamp round about opposite the tent of meeting. And those who encamp on the east side toward the sunrise shall be those of the standard of the camp of Judah, according to their armies. And the ruler of the sons of Judah shall be Nahshon the son of Amminadab. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 74,600. And those who encamp next to him shall be the tribe of Issachar. And the ruler of the sons of Issachar shall be Nethanel the son of Zuar. And his army, and those who were numbered of it, were 54,400. Then the tribe of Zebulun. And the ruler of the sons of Zebulun shall be Eliab the son of Helon. And his army, and those who were numbered of it, were 57,400. All who were numbered of the camp of Judah were 186,400, according to their armies. They shall set forth first. On the south side shall be the standard of the camp of Reuben, according to their armies. And the ruler of the sons of Reuben shall be Elizur the son of Shadur, and his army, and those who were numbered of it, were 46,500. And those who encamped next to him shall be the tribe of Simeon. And the ruler of the sons of Simeon shall be Shelumiel the son of Zurishaddi. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 59,300. Then the tribe of Gad. And the ruler of the sons of Gad shall be Eliasaph the son of Ruel. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 45,650. All who were numbered of the camp of Reuben were 151,450, according to their armies. And they shall set forth second. Then the tent of meeting shall set forward, with the camp of the Levites in the midst of the camps. As they encamp, so shall they set forward, every man in his place, by their standards. On the west side shall be the standard of the camp of Ephraim according to their armies. And the ruler of the sons of Ephraim shall be Elishama, the son of Ammihud. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 40,500. And next to him shall be the tribe of Manasseh. And the ruler of the sons of Manasseh shall be Gamaliel the son of Pedazur. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 32,200. Then the tribe of Benjamin. And the ruler of the sons of Benjamin shall be Abidan the son of Gideoni. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 35,400. All who were numbered of the camp of Ephraim were 108,100 according to their armies. And they shall set forth third. On the north side shall be the standard of the camp of Dan according to their armies. And the ruler of the sons of Dan shall be Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 62,700. And those who encamp next to him shall be the tribe of Asher. And the ruler of the sons of Asher shall be Pagiel the son of Ochran. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 41,500. Then the tribe of Naphtali. And the ruler of the sons of Naphtali shall be Ahira the son of Enan. And his army, and those who were numbered of them, were 53,400. All that were numbered of the camp of Dan were 157,600. They shall set forth rearmost by their standards. These are those who were numbered of the sons of Israel by their fathers' houses. All who were numbered of the camps according to their armies were 603,550. But the Levites were not numbered among the sons of Israel, as Lord commanded Moses. Thus did the sons of Israel. According to all that Lord commanded Moses, so they encamped by their standards, and so they set forward, every one by their families, according to their fathers' houses. Chapter 3. Now these are the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day that Lord spoke with Moses in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests who were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest's office. And Nadab and Abihu died before Lord when they offered strange fire before Lord in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no sons. And Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office in the presence of Aaron their father. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Bring the tribe of Levi near, and set them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister to him. And they shall keep his charge, and the charge of the whole congregation before the tent of meeting, to do the service of the tabernacle. And they shall keep all the furniture of the tent of meeting, and the charge of the sons of Israel, to do the service of the tabernacle. And thou shalt give the Levites to Aaron and to his sons. They are wholly given to him on the behalf of the sons of Israel. And thou shalt appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall keep their priesthood, and the stranger who comes near shall be put to death. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, And I, behold, I have taken the Levites from among the sons of Israel, instead of all the firstborn who opens the womb among the sons of Israel. And the Levites shall be mine, for all the firstborn are mine. On the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I hallowed to me all the firstborn in Israel, both man and beast. They shall be mine. I am Lord. And Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, Number the sons of Levi by their fathers' houses, by their families. Thou shalt number them, every male from a month old and upward. And Moses numbered them according to the word of Lord as he was commanded. And these were the sons of Levi by their names, Gershon, and Kohath, and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gershon by their families, Libni and Shimei. And the sons of Kohath by their families, Amram, and Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. And the sons of Merari by their families, Mahli and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to their fathers' houses. Of Gershon was the family of the Libnites, and the family of the Shimeites. These are the families of the Gershonites. Those who were numbered of them, according to the number of all the males, from a month old and upward, even those who were numbered of them were 7,500. The families of the Gershonites shall encamp behind the tabernacle westward. And the ruler of the father's house of the Gershonites shall be Eliasaph, the son of Lael. And the charge of the sons of Gershon in the tent of meeting shall be the tabernacle, and the tent, the covering of it, and the screen for the door of the tent of meeting, and the hangings of the court, and the screen for the door of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and by the altar round about, and the cords of it for all the service of it. And of Kohath was the family of the Amramites, and the family of the Izharites, and the family of the Hebronites, and the family of the Uzzielites. These are the families of the Kohathites. According to the number of all the males, from a month old and upward, there were 8,600, keeping the charge of the sanctuary. The families of the sons of Kohath shall encamp on the side of the tabernacle southward. And the ruler of the father's house of the families of the Kohathites shall be Elizaphan the son of Uzziel. And their charge shall be the ark, and the table, and the candlestick, and the altars, and the vessels of the sanctuary with which they minister, and the screen, and all the service of it. And Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall be ruler of the rulers of the Levites, with the oversight of those who keep the charge of the sanctuary. Of Merari was the family of the Mahlites, and the family of the Mushites. These are the families of Merari. And those who were numbered of them, according to the number of all the males, from a month old and upward, were 6,200. And the ruler of the father's house of the families of Merari was Zuriel the son of Abihail. They shall encamp on the side of the tabernacle northward. And the appointed charge of the sons of Merari shall be the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars of it, and the pillars of it, and the sockets of it, and all the instruments of it, and all the service of it, and the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords. And those who encamp before the tabernacle eastward, before the tent of meeting toward the sunrise, shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons, keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the sons of Israel. And the stranger all who were numbered of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron numbered at the commandment of Lord, by their families, all the males from a month old and upward, were 22,000. And Lord said to Moses, Number all the firstborn males of the sons of Israel from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names. And thou shalt take the Levites for me, I am Lord, instead of all the firstborn among the sons of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of all the firstlings among the cattle of the sons of Israel. And Moses numbered, as Lord commanded him, all the firstborn among the sons of Israel. And all the firstborn males according to the number of names, from a month old and upward, of those who were numbered of them, were 22,273. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the sons of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle. And the Levites shall be mine, I am Lord. And for the redemption of the 273 of the firstborn of the sons of Israel, who are over and above the number of the Levites, thou shalt take 5 shekels apiece by the poll. According to the shekel of the sanctuary thou shalt take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs. And thou shalt give the money, with which the odd number of them is redeemed, to Aaron and to his sons. And Moses took the redemption money from those who were over and above those who were redeemed by the Levites. He took the money from the firstborn of the sons of Israel, 1,365 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. And Moses gave the redemption money to Aaron and to his sons according to the word of Lord, as Lord commanded Moses. Chapter 4. And Lord spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, Take the sum of the sons of Kohath from among the sons of Levi, by their families, by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward even until 50 years old, all who enter upon the service, to do the work in the tent of meeting. This is the service of the sons of Kohath in the tent of meeting, about the most holy things. When the camp sets forward, Aaron shall go in, and his sons, and they shall take down the veil of the screen, and cover the ark of the testimony with it, and shall put on it a covering of seaskin, and shall spread over it a cloth all of blue, and shall put in the staves of it. And upon the table of showbread they shall spread a cloth of blue, and put on it the dishes, and the spoons, and the bowls, and the cups with which to pour out, and the continual bread shall be on it. And they shall spread upon them a cloth of scarlet, and cover the same with a covering of seaskin, and shall put in the staves of it. And they shall take a cloth of blue, and cover the candlestick of the light, and its lamps and its snuffers and its snuff dishes, and all the oil vessels of it with which they minister to it. And they shall put it, and all the vessels of it, within a covering of seaskin, and shall put it upon the frame. And upon the golden altar they shall spread a cloth of blue, and cover it with a covering of seaskin, and shall put in the staves of it. And they shall take all the vessels of ministry with which they minister in the sanctuary, and put them in a cloth of blue, and cover them with a covering of seaskin, and shall put them on the frame. And they shall take away the ashes from the altar, and spread a purple cloth on it. And they shall put upon it all the vessels of it with which they minister about it, the fire pans, the flesh hooks, and the shovels, and the basins, all the vessels of the altar. And they shall spread upon it a covering of seaskin. And when Aaron and his sons have made an end of covering the sanctuary and all the furniture of the sanctuary, as the camp is set forward, after that the sons of Kohath shall come to bear it, but they shall not touch the sanctuary. And the charge of Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall be the oil for the light, and the sweet incense, and the continual meal offering, and the anointing oil, the charge of all the tabernacle, and of all that is in it. And Lord spake to Moses and to Aaron, saying, Cut ye not off the tribe of the families of the Kohathites from among the Levites, but thus do to them, that they may live and not die, when they approach to the most holy things. Aaron and his sons shall go in, and appoint for them each one to his service and to his burden, but they shall not go in to see the sanctuary even for a moment, lest they die. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the sum of the sons of Gershon also, by their fathers' houses, by their families, from 30 years old and upward until 50 years old. Thou shalt number them, all who enter in to wait upon the service, to do the work in the tent of meeting. This is the service of the families of the Gershonites, in serving and in bearing burdens. They shall bear the curtains of the tabernacle, and the tent of meeting, its covering, and the covering of seaskin that is above upon it, and the screen for the door of the tent of meeting, and the hangings of the court, and the screen for the door of the gate of the court, which is by the tabernacle and by the altar round about, and their cords, and all the instruments of their service, and whatever shall be done with. At the commandment of Aaron and his sons shall be all the service of the sons of the Gershonites, in all their burden, and in all their service. And ye shall appoint to those in charge all their burden. This is the service of the families of the sons of the Gershonites in the tent of meeting, and their charge shall be under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. As for the sons of Merari, thou shalt number them by their families, by their fathers' houses. From 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, thou shalt number them, each man who enters upon the service, to do the work of the tent of meeting. And this is the charge of their burden according to all their service in the tent of meeting, the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars of it, and the pillars of it, and the sockets of it, and the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords, with all their instruments, and with all their service. And ye shall appoint the instruments of the charge of their burden by name. This is the service of the families of the sons of Merari, according to all their service, in the tent of meeting, under the hand of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. And Moses and Aaron and the rulers of the congregation numbered the sons of the Kohathites by their families and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, each man who entered upon the service for work in the tent of meeting. And those who were numbered of them by their families were 2,750. These are those who were numbered of the families of the Kohathites, all who served in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron numbered according to the commandment of Lord by Moses. And those who were numbered of the sons of Gershon, their families, and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, each man who entered upon the service for work in the tent of meeting, even those who were numbered of them, by their families, by their fathers' houses, were 2,630. These are those who were numbered of the families of the sons of Gershon, all who served in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron numbered according to the commandment of Lord. And those who were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari, by their families, by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward even to 50 years old, each man who entered upon the service for work in the tent of meeting, even those who were numbered of them by their families, were 3,200. These are those who were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron numbered, according to the commandment of Lord by Moses. All those who were numbered of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron and the rulers of Israel numbered, by their families, and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward even to 50 years old, each man who entered in to do the work of service, and the work of bearing burdens in the tent of meeting, even those who were numbered of them, were 8,580. According to the commandment of Lord, they were numbered by Moses, each man according to his service, and according to his burden. Thus they were numbered by him, as Lord commanded Moses. Chapter 5. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the sons of Israel that they put out of the camp every leper and every man who has an issue, and whoever is unclean about life. Ye shall put out both male and female. Ye shall put them outside the camp, that they not defile their camp, in the midst of which I dwell. And the sons of Israel did so, and put them outside the camp. As Lord spoke to Moses, so did the sons of Israel. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel. When a man or woman shall commit any sin that men commit so as to trespass against Lord, and that soul shall be guilty, then he shall confess his sin which he has done, and he shall make restitution for his guilt in full, and add to it the 5th part of it, and give it to him in respect of whom he has been guilty. But if the man has no kinsman to whom restitution may be made for the guilt, the restitution for guilt which is made to Lord shall be the priest's, besides the ram of the atonement, by which atonement shall be made for him. And every heave offering of all the holy things of the sons of Israel, which they present to the priest, shall be his. And every man's hallowed thing shall be his. Whatever any man gives the priest, it shall be his. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and say to them, If any man's wife goes aside, and commits a trespass against him, and a man lays with her carnally, and it be hid from the eyes of her husband, and be kept close, and she be defiled, and there be no witness against her, and she is not taken in the act, and the spirit of jealousy comes upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be defiled. Or if the spirit of jealousy comes upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she is not defiled, then the man shall bring his wife to the priest, and shall bring her oblation for her, the 10th part of an ephah of barley meal. He shall pour no oil upon it, nor put frankincense on it, for it is a meal offering of jealousy, a me. And the priest shall bring her near, and set her before Lord. And the priest shall take holy water in an earthen vessel. And the priest shall take of the dust that is on the floor of the tabernacle, and put it into the water. And the priest shall set the woman before Lord, and let the hair of the woman's head go loose, and put the meal offering of memorial in her hands, which is the meal offering of jealousy. And the priest shall have in his hand the wah, and the priest shall cause her to swear, and shall say to the woman, If no man has lain with thee, and if thou have not gone aside to uncleanness, being under thy husband, be thou free from this water of bitterness that causes thee. But if thou have gone aside, being under thy husband, and if thou art defiled, and some man has lain with thee besides thy husband, then the priest shall cause the woman to swear with the oath of cursing. And the priest shall say to the woman, Lord, make thee a curse and an oath among thy people, when Lord makes thy thigh to fall away and thy body to swell. And this water that causes the curse shall go into thy bowels, and make thy body to swell, and thy thigh to fall away. And the woman shall say, Amen, Amen. And the priest shall write these curses in a book, and he shall blot them out into the water of bitterness. And he shall make the woman drink the water of bitterness that causes the curse. And the water that causes the curse shall enter into her bitter. And the priest shall take the meal offering of jealousy out of the woman's hand, and shall wave the meal offering before Lord, and bring it to the altar. And the priest shall take a handful of the meal offering as the memorial of it, and burn it upon the altar, and afterward shall make the woman drink the water. And when he has made her drink the water, then it shall come to pass, if she is defiled, and has committed a trespass against her husband, that the water that causes the curse shall enter into her bitter, and her body shall swell. And if the woman is not defiled, but is clean, then she shall be free, and shall conceive seed. This is the law of jealousy, when a wife, being under her husband, goes aside and is defiled, or when the spirit of jealousy comes upon a man, and he is jealous of his wife. Then he shall set the woman before Lord, and the priest shall execute upon her all this law. And the man shall be free from iniquity, and that woman shall bear her iniquity. Chapter 6. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and say to them, When either man or woman shall make a special vow, the vow of a Nazirite, to separate himself to Lord, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink. He shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any juice of grapes, nor eat fresh grapes or dried. All the days of his separation he shall eat nothing that is made of the grapevine, from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of his vow of separation there shall no razor come upon his head. Until the days be fulfilled in which he separates himself to the Lord, he shall be holy. He shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow long. He shall not come near to a dead body all the days that he separates himself to Lord. He shall not make himself unclean for his father, or for his mother, for his brother, or for his sister when they die, because his separation to God is upon his head. All the days of his separation he is holy to Lord. And if any man dies very suddenly beside him, and he defiles the head of his separation, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleansing. On the 7th day he shall shave it. And on the 8th day he shall bring 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons to the priest, to the door of the tent of meeting. And the priest shall offer one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and make atonement for him because he sinned by reason of the dead, and shall hallow his head that same day. And he shall separate to Lord the days of his separation, and shall bring a he-lamb a year old for a trespass offering. But the former days shall be void, because his separation was defiled. And this is the law of the Nazirite when the days of his separation are fulfilled. He shall be brought to the door of the tent of meeting, and he shall offer his oblation to Lord, 1 he-lamb a year old without blemish for a burnt offering, and 1 ewe-lamb a year old without blemish for a sin offering, and 1 ram without blemish for peace offerings, and a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with oil, and their meal offering, and their drink offerings. And the priest shall present them before Lord, and shall offer his sin offering, and his burnt offering, and he shall offer the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings to Lord, with the basket of unleavened bread. The priest shall also offer the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. And the Nazirite shall shave the head of his separation at the door of the tent of meeting, and shall take the hair of the head of his separation, and put it on the fire which is under the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall take the boiled shoulder of the ram, and 1 unleavened cake out of the basket, and 1 unleavened wafer, and shall put them upon the hands of the Nazirite after he has shaven his separation, and the priest shall wave them for a wave offering before Lord. This is holy for the priest, together with the wave breast and heave thigh. And after that the Nazirite may drink wine. This is the law of the Nazirite who vows, and of his oblation to Lord for his separation, besides that which he is able to get, according to his vow which he vows. So he must do after the law of his separation. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and to his sons, saying, This way ye shall bless the sons of Israel. Ye shall say to them, Lord bless thee and keep thee. Lord make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious to thee. Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. So shall they put my name upon the sons of Israel, and I will bless them. Chapter 7. And it came to pass on the day that Moses had made an end of setting up the tabernacle, and had anointed it and sanctified it, and all the furniture of it, and the altar, and all the vessels of it, and had anointed them and sanctified, that the rulers of Israel, the heads of their fathers' houses, offered. These were the rulers of the tribes. These are those who were over those who were numbered. And they brought their oblation before Lord, 6 covered wagons, and 12 oxen, a wagon for every 2 of the rulers, and for each one an ox. And they presented them before the tabernacle. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take it from them, that they may be used in doing the service of the tent of meeting. And thou shalt give them to the Levites, to every man according to his service. And Moses took the wagons and the oxen, and gave them to the Levites. 2 wagons and 4 oxen he gave to the sons of Gershon, according to their service. And he gave 4 wagons and 8 oxen to the sons of Merari, according to their service, under the hand of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. But he gave none to the sons of Kohath, because the service of the sanctuary belonged to them. They bore it upon their shoulders, and the rulers offered for the dedication of the altar in the day that it was anointed. Even the rulers offered their oblation before the altar. And Lord said to Moses, They shall offer their oblation, each ruler on his day, for the dedication of the altar. And he who offered his oblation the first day was Nahshon the son of Amminadab, of the tribe of Judah. And his oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal off, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nethanel the son of Zuar, ruler of Issachar, offered. He offered for his oblation 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Nethanel the son of Zuar. On the third day was Eliab the son of Helon, ruler of the sons of Zebulun. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal, offering 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Eliab the son of Helon. On the fourth day was Elizur the son of Shadur, ruler of the sons of Reuben. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Elizur, the son of Shadur. On the 5th day was Shelumiel the son of Zurishadai, ruler of the sons of Simeon. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Shelumiel the son of Zurishadai. On the 6th day was Eliasaph the son of Duel, ruler of the sons of Gad. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, one he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, one male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Eliasaph the son of Deuel. On the 7th day was Elishama the son of Ammihud, ruler of the sons of Ephraim. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb, a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Elishama the son of Ammihud. On the 8th day was Gamaliel the son of Pedazur, ruler of the sons of Manasseh. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Gamaliel the son of Pedazur. On the 9th day was Abidan the son of Gideoni, ruler of the sons of Benjamin. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Abidan, the son of Gideoni. On the 10th day was Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai, ruler of the sons of Dan. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai. On the 11th day was Pagiel the son of Ochran, ruler of the sons of Asher. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Pagiel the son of Ochran. On the 12th day was Ahira the son of Enan, ruler of the sons of Naphtali. His oblation was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 he-lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male of the goats for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 he-lambs a year old. This was the oblation of Ahira the son of Enan. This was the dedication of the altar in the day when it was anointed by the rulers of Israel. 12 silver platters, 12 silver bowls, 12 golden spoons, each silver platter weighing 130 shekels, and each bowl 70. All the silver of the vessels was 2,400 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The 12 golden spoons full of incense weighed 10 shekels apiece, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. All the gold of the spoons was 120 shekels. All the oxen for the burnt offering was 12 bullocks, the rams 12, the he-lambs a year old 12, and their meal offering, and the males of the goats for a sin offering 12. And all the oxen for the sacrifice of peace offerings was 24 bullocks, the rams 60, the he-goats 60, the he-lambs a year old 60. This was the dedication of the altar after it was anointed. And when Moses went into the tent of meeting to speak with him, then he heard the voice speaking to him from above the mercy seat that was upon the ark of the testimony, from between the two cherubim, and he spoke to him. Chapter 8. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron, and say to him, When thou light the lamps, the 7 lamps shall give light in front of the candlestick. And Aaron did so. He lit the lamps of it in front of the candlestick, as Lord commanded Moses. And this was the work of the candlestick, beaten work of gold. To the base of it, and to the flowers of it, it was beaten work. According to the pattern which Lord had shown Moses, so he made the candlestick. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the Levites from among the sons of Israel, and cleanse them. And thus thou shalt do to them to cleanse them. Sprinkle the water of expiation upon them, and let them cause a razor to pass over all their flesh, and let them wash their clothes and cleanse themselves. Then let them take a young bullock, and its meal offering, fine flour mingled with oil. And thou shalt take another young bullock for a sin offering. And thou shalt present the Levites before the tent of meeting. And thou shalt assemble the whole congregation of the sons of Israel. And thou shalt present the Levites before Lord. And the sons of Israel shall lay their hands upon the Levites. And Aaron shall offer the Levites before Lord for a wave offering on the behalf of the sons of Israel, that it may be theirs to do the service of Lord. And the Levites shall lay their hands upon the heads of the bullocks, and offer thou the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, to Lord, to make atonement for the Levites. And thou shalt set the Levites before Aaron and before his sons, and offer them for a wave offering to Lord. Thus shalt thou separate the Levites from among the sons of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine. And after that the Levites shall go in to do the service of the tent of meeting, and thou shalt cleanse them and offer them for a wave offering. For they are wholly given to me from among the sons of Israel, instead of all who open the womb, even the firstborn of all the sons of Israel, I have taken them to me. For all the firstborn among the sons of Israel are mine, both man and beast. On the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified them for myself. And I have taken the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the sons of Israel. And I have given the Levites as a gift to Aaron and to his sons from among the sons of Israel, to do the service of the sons of Israel in the tent of meeting, and to make atonement for the sons of Israel, that there be no plague. And thus did Moses, and Aaron, and all the congregation of the sons of Israel, to the Levites. According to all that Lord commanded Moses concerning the Levites, so the sons of Israel did to them. And the Levites purified themselves from sin, and they washed their clothes. And Aaron offered them for a wave offering before Lord, and Aaron made atonement for them to cleanse them. And after that the Levites went in to do their service in the tent of meeting before Aaron and before his sons. As Lord had commanded Moses concerning the Levites, so they did to them. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, This is that which belongs to the Levites. From 25 years old and upward, they shall go in to wait upon the service in the work of the tent of meeting. And from the age of 50 years they shall cease waiting upon the work, and shall serve no more, but shall minister with their brothers in the tent of meeting, to keep the charge, and shall do no service. Thus shalt thou do to the Levites concerning their charges. Chapter 9. And Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the 1st month of the 2nd year after they came out of the land of Egypt, saying, Moreover, let the sons of Israel keep the Passover in its appointed season. In the 14th day of this month, at evening, ye shall keep it in its appointed season. According to all the statutes of it, and according to all the ordinances of it, ye shall keep it. And Moses spoke to the sons of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover in the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, in the wilderness of Sinai. According to all that Lord commanded Moses, so did the sons of Israel. And there were certain men who were unclean by reason of the dead body of a man, so that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said to him, "We are unclean by reason of the dead body of a man. Why are we kept back, that we may not offer the oblation of Lord in its appointed season among the sons of Israel?" And Moses said to them, "Stay ye, that I may hear what Lord will command concerning you." And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the sons of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your generations shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be on a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover to Lord. In the second month, on the 14th day at evening, they shall keep it. They shall eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it to the morning, nor break a bone of it. According to all the statute of the Passover, they shall keep it. But the man who is clean and is not on a journey, and forbears to keep the Passover, that soul shall be cut off from his people, because he did not offer the oblation of Lord in its appointed season. That man shall bear his sin. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover to Lord, according to the statute of the Passover, and according to the ordinance of it, so shall he do. Ye shall have one statute, both for the sojourner and fuef. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, even the tent of the testimony, and at evening it was upon the tabernacle as it were the appearance of fire, until morning. So it was always. The cloud covered it, and the appearance of fire by night. And whenever the cloud was taken up from over the tent, then after that the sons of Israel journeyed. And in the place where the cloud abode, there the sons of Israel encamped. At the commandment of Lord the sons of Israel journeyed, and at the commandment of Lord they encamped. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they remained encamped. And when the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle many days, then the sons of Israel kept the charge of Lord, and did not journey. And sometimes the cloud was a few days upon the tabernacle. Then according to the commandment of Lord, they remained encamped, and according to the commandment of Lord they journeyed. And sometimes the cloud was from evening until morning, and when the cloud was taken up in the morning they journeyed, or if by day and by night, when the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Whether it was 2 days or a month or a year that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, abiding on it, the sons of Israel remained encamped and did not journey, but when it was taken up, they journeyed. At the commandment of Lord they encamped, and at the commandment of Lord they journeyed. They kept the charge of Lord at the commandment of Lord by Moses. Chapter 10. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver, of beaten work thou shalt make them, and thou shalt use them for the calling of the congregation, and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow them, all the congregation shall gather themselves to thee at the door of the tent of meeting. And if they blow but one, then the rulers, the heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves to thee. And when ye blow an alarm, the camps that lie on the east side shall take their journey. And when ye blow an alarm the second time, the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the assembly is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm. And the sons of Aaron the priests shall blow the trumpets, and they shall be to you for a statute forever throughout your generations. And when ye go to war in your land against the adversary that oppresses you, then ye shall sound an alarm with the trumpets. And ye shall be remembered before Lord your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your set feasts, and in the beginnings of your months, ye shall blow the trumpets over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, and they shall be to you for a meal. And it came to pass in the 2nd year, in the 2nd month, on the 20th day of the month, that the cloud was taken up from over the tabernacle of the testimony. And the sons of Israel set forward according to their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai, and the cloud abode in the wilderness of Paran. And they first took their journey according to the commandment of Lord by Moses. And in the first place the standard of the camp of the sons of Judah set forward according to their armies, and over his army was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. And over the army of the tribe of the sons of Issachar was Nethanel, the son of Zuar. And over the army of the tribe of the sons of Zebulun was Eliab, the son of Helon. And the tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon and the sons of Merari, who bore the tabernacle, set forward, and the standard of the camp of Reuben set forward according to their armies. And over his army was Elizur, the son of Shadur. And over the army of the tribe of the sons of Simeon was Shelumiel, the son of Zurishaddai. And over the army of the tribe of the sons of Gad was Eliasaph, the son of Duel. And the Kohathites set forward, bearing the sanctuary, and the others set up the tabernacle until their coming. And the standard of the camp of the sons of Ephraim set forward according to their armies, and over his army was Elishama the son of Ammihud. And over the army of the tribe of the sons of Manasseh was Gamaliel the son of Pedazur. And over the army of the tribe of the sons of Benjamin was Abidan the son of Gideoni. And the standard of the camp of the sons of Dan, which was the rearward of all the camps, set forward according to their armies. And over his army was Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai. And over the army of the tribe of the sons of Asher was Pagiel the son of Ochran. And over the army of the tribe of the sons of Naphtali was Ahira the son of Enan. Thus were the journeys of the sons of Israel according to their armies, and they set forward. And Moses said to Hobab, the son of Reuel the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, "We are journeying to the place of which Lord said, I will give it to you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee good. For Lord has spoken good concerning." And he said to him, "I will not go, but I will depart to my own land, and to my kindred." And he said, "Leave us not, I pray thee, inasmuch as thou know how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou shalt be to us instead of eyes. And it shall be, if thou go with us, yea, it shall be, that whatever good Lord shall do to us, the same we will do to thee." And they set forward from the mount of Lord 3 days' journey. And the ark of the covenant of Lord went before them 3 days' journey to seek out a resting place for them. And the cloud of Lord was over them by day when they set forward from the camp. And it came to pass, when the ark set forward, that Moses said, "Rise up, O Lord, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let those who hate thee flee before thee." And when it rested, he said, "Return, O Lord, to the 10,000s of the thousands of Israel." Chapter 11. And the people were as murmurers, speaking evil in the ears of Lord. And when Lord heard it, his anger was kindled, and the fire of Lord burnt among them, and devoured in the outermost part of the camp. And the people cried to Moses, and Moses prayed to Lord, and the fire abated, and the name of that place was called Taberah, because the fire of Lord burnt among them. And the mixed multitude that was among them lusted exceedingly. And the sons of Israel also wept again, and said, "Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we ate in Egypt for nothing, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic, but now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all except this manna to look upon." And the manna was like coriander seed, and the appearance of it is the appearance of bdellium. The people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in mortars, and boiled it in pots, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. And Moses heard the people weeping throughout their families, every man at the door of his tent. And the anger of Lord was kindled greatly, and Moses was displeased. And Moses said to Lord, "Why have thou dealt ill with thy servant? And why have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou lay the burden of all this people upon me? Have I conceived all this people? Have I brought them forth, that thou shouldst say to me, Carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father carries the sucking child, to the land which thou swore to their fathers? From where should I have flesh to give to all this people? For they weep to me, saying, Give us flesh, that we may eat. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness." And Lord said to Moses, Gather to me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou know to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them to the tent of meeting, that they may stand there with thee. And I will come down and talk with thee there, and I will take from the Spirit which is upon thee, and will put it upon them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou not bear it thyself alone. And say thou to the people, Sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh, for ye have wept in the ears of Lord, saying, Who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt, therefore Lord will give you. Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but a whole month until it comes out at your nostrils. And it be loathsome to you, because ye have rejected Lord who is among you, and have wept before him, saying, Why did we come forth out of Egypt? And Moses said, The people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen, and thou have said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Shall flocks and herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? And Lord said to Moses, Is Lord's hand grown short? Now thou shalt see whether my word shall come to pass to thee or not. And Moses went out and told the people the words of Lord, and he gathered 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tent. And Lord came down in the cloud, and spoke to him, and took from the Spirit that was upon him, and put it upon the 70 elders. And it came to pass that, when the Spirit rested upon them, they prophesied, but they did so no more. But there remained 2 men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the Spirit rested upon them. And they were of those who were written, but had not gone out to the tent. And they prophesied, and a young man ran and told Moses, and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua the son of Nun, the minister of Moses, one of his chosen men, answered and said, My lord Moses, forbid them. And Moses said to him, Art thou jealous for my sake? Would that all of Lord's people were prophets, that Lord would put his Spirit upon them. And Moses went into the camp, he and the elders of Israel. And there went forth a wind from Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, about a day's journey on this side, and a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and about 2 cubits above thee. And the people rose up all that day, and all the night, and all the next day, and gathered the quails. He who gathered least gathered 10 homers, and they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. While the flesh was yet between their teeth, before it was chewed, the anger of Lord was kindled against the people, and Lord smote the people with a very great plague. And the name of that place was called Kibroth-Hattava, because there they buried the people who lusted. From Kibroth-Hattava the people journeyed to Hazeroth, and they abode at Hazeroth. Chapter 12. And Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses, because of the Cushite woman whom he had married, for he had married a Cushite woman. And they said, Has Lord indeed spoken only with Moses? Has he not spoken also with us? And Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men who were upon the face of the earth. And Lord spoke suddenly to Moses, and to Aaron, and to Miriam, Come out ye 3 to the tent of meeting. And the 3 came out. And Lord came down in a pillar of cloud, and stood at the door of the tent, and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Lord, will make myself known to him in a vision. I will speak with him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so. He is faithful in all my house. With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even manifestly, and not in dark speeches, and he shall behold the form of Lord. Why then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant, against Moses? And the anger of Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud removed from over the tent. And behold, Miriam was leprous as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said to Moses, O my Lord, lay not, I pray thee, sin upon us, in which we have done foolishly, and in which we have sinned. Let her not, I pray, be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he comes out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried to Lord, saying, Heal her, O God, I beseech thee. And Lord said to Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut up outside the camp 7 days, and after that she shall be brought in again. And Miriam was shut up outside the camp 7 days. And the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. And afterward the people journeyed from Hazeroth, and encamped in the wilderness of Paran. Chapter 13. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may spy out the land of Canaan, which I give to the sons of Israel. From every tribe of their fathers ye shall send a man, each one a ruler among them. And Moses sent them from the wilderness of Paran according to the commandment of Lord, all of them men who were heads of the sons of Israel. And these were their names: of the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, the son of Zachar; of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat the son of Hori; of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh; of the tribe of Issachar, Igal the son of Joseph; of the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea the son of Nun; of the tribe of Benjamin, Palti the son of Raphu; of the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel the son of Sodi; of the tribe of Joseph, namely, of the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi the son of Suzi; of the tribe of Dan, Amiel the son of Gemali; of the tribe of Asher, Sethur the son of Michael; of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi the son of Vophsi; of the tribe of Gad, Guel the son of Machi. These are the names of the men that Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses called Hoshea the son of Nun Joshua. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said to them, Get you up this way by the south, and go up into the hill country, and see the land, what it is, and the people who dwell in it, whether they are strong or weak, whether they are few or many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it is good or bad, and what cities they are that they dwell in, whether in camps or in strongholds, and what the land is, whether it is fat or lean, whether there is wood in it or not. And be ye of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes. So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin to Rehob, to the entrance of Hamath. And they went up by the south, and came to Hebron. And Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were there. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came to the valley of Eshcol, and cut down from there a branch with 1 cluster of grapes, and they bore it upon a staff between 2, also of the pomegranates and of the figs. That place was called the valley of Eshcol, because of the cluster which the sons of Israel cut down from there. And they returned from spying out the land at the end of 40 days. And they went and came to Moses, and to Aaron, and to all the congregation of the sons of Israel, to the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word to them, and to all the congregation, and shown them the fruit of the law. And they told him and said, We came to the land where thou sent us, and surely it flows with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. However, the people who dwell in the land are strong, and the cities are fortified, very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. Amalek dwells in the land of the south, and the Hittite, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite dwell in the hill country, and the Canaanite dwells by the sea, and along by the side of the Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses, and said, Let us go up at once, and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men who went up with him said, We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had spied out to the sons of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to spy it out is a land that eats up the inhabitants of it. And all the people that we saw, and we saw there the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, who come of the Nephilim. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. Chapter 14. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the sons of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said to them, Would that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would that we had died in this wilderness? And why does Lord bring us to this land, to fall by the sword? Our wives and our little ones will be a prey. Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? And they said one to another, Let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt." Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the sons of Israel, and Joshua the son of Nun, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, who were of those who spied out the land, tore their clothes. And they spoke to all the congregation of the sons of Israel, saying, "The land which we passed through to spy it out is an exceedingly good land. If Lord delights in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it to us, a land which flows with milk and honey. Only do not rebel against Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is removed from over them, and Lord is with us. Fear them not." But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. And the glory of Lord appeared in the tent of meeting to all the sons of Israel. And Lord said to Moses, "How long will this people despise me? And how long will they not believe in me for all the signs which I have wrought among them? I will smite them with the pestilence, and disinherit them, and will make of thee a nation greater and mightier than they." And Moses said to Lord, "Then the Egyptians will hear it, for thou brought up this people in thy might from among them, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. They have heard that thou, Lord, are in the midst of this people. For thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and thy cloud stands over them, and thou go before them in a pillar of cloud. Now if thou shalt kill this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, Because Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore to them, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness. And now, I pray thee, let the power of Lord be great according as thou have spoken, saying, Lord is slow to anger, and abundant in loving kindness, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the sons, upon the third and upon the fourth gene pardon, I pray thee, the iniquity of this people according to the greatness of thy loving kindness, and according as thou have forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word, but in very deed, as I live, and as all the earth shall be filled with the glory of Lord, because all those men who have seen my glory and my signs, which I wrought in Egypt and in the wilderness, yet have tempted me these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swore to their fathers, neither shall any of them who despised me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him and has followed me fully, him will I bring into the land into which he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekite and the Canaanite dwell in the valley. Tomorrow turn ye and get you into the wilderness by the way to the Red Sea. And Lord spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation that murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the sons of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say to them, As I live, says Lord, surely as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your dead bodies shall fall in this wilderness, and all who were numbered of you according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, who have murmured against me, surely ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swore that I would make you dwell in it, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. But your little ones that ye said would be a prey, them I will bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have rejected. But as for you, your dead bodies shall fall in this wilderness, and your sons shall be wanderers in the wilderness 40 years, and shall bear your whoredoms, until your dead bodies be consumed in the wilderness. After the number of the days in which ye spied out the land, even 40 days, for every day a year, ye shall bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my alienation. I, Lord, have spoken. Surely I will do this to all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me. In this wilderness they shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men, whom Moses sent to spy out the land, who returned, and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up an evil report against the land, even those men who brought up an evil report of the land, died by the plague before Lord. But Joshua the son of Nun, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, remained alive of those men who went to spy out the land. And Moses told these words to all the sons of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning, and got up to the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we are here, and will go up to the place which Lord has promised, for we have sinned. And Moses said, Why do ye now transgress the commandment of Lord, seeing it shall not prosper? Do not go up, for Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten down before your enemies. For there the Amalekite and the Canaanite are before you, and ye shall fall by the sword. Because ye have turned back from following Lord, therefore Lord will not be with you. But they presumed to go up to the top of the mountain. Nevertheless the ark of the covenant of Lord and Moses did not depart out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites who dwelt in that mountain, and smote them and beat them down, even to Hormah. Chapter 15. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and say to them, When ye come into the land of your habitations which I give to you, and will make an offering by fire to Lord, a burnt offering or a sacrifice, to accomplish a vow, or as a free will offering, or in your set feasts, to make a sweet savor to Lord of the herd or of the flock, then he who offers his oblation shall offer to Lord a meal offering of 1/10 part of an ephah, of fine flour mingled with the 4th part of a hin of oil, and wine for the drink offering, the 4th part of a hin, thou shalt prepare with the burnt offering, or for the sacrifice for each lamb, or for a ram, thou shalt prepare for a meal offering 2/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour mingled with the 3rd part of a hin of oil. And for the drink offering thou shalt offer the 3rd part of a hin of wine, of a sweet savor to Lord. And when thou prepare a bullock for a burnt offering or for a sacrifice to accomplish a vow, or for peace offerings to Lord, then he shall offer with the bullock a meal offering of 3/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour mingled with half a hin of oil. And thou shalt offer for the drink offering half a hin of wine, for an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to Lord. Thus shall it be done for each bullock, or for each ram, or for each of the he-lambs or of the kids. According to the number that ye shall prepare, so shall ye do to every one according to their number. All who are homeborn shall do these things after this manner, in offering an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to Lord. And if a stranger sojourns with you, or whoever may be among you throughout your generations, and will offer an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to Lord, as ye do, so he shall do. For the assembly there shall be one statute for you, and for the stranger who sojourns with you, a statute forever throughout your generations. As ye are, so shall the sojourner be before Lord. One law and one ordinance shall be for you, and for the stranger who sojourns with you. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and say to them, When ye come into the land where I bring you, then it shall be, that when ye eat of the bread of the land, ye shall offer up a heave offering to Lord. Of the first of your dough ye shall offer up a cake for a heave offering, as the heave offering of the threshing floor, so shall ye heave it. Of the first of your dough ye shall give to Lord a heave offering throughout your generations. And when ye shall err and not observe all these commandments which Lord has spoken to Moses, even all that Lord has commanded you by Moses, from the day that Lord gave commandment, and onward throughout your generations, then it shall be, if it be done unwittingly without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer one young bullock for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor to Lord, with the meal offering of it, and the priest shall make atonement for all the congregation of the sons of Israel, and they shall be forgiven, for it was an error, and they have brought their oblation, an offering made by fire to Lord, and their sin offering beth. And all the congregation of the sons of Israel shall be forgiven, and the stranger who sojourns among them, for in respect of all the people it was done unwittingly. And if one soul sins unwittingly, then he shall offer a she-goat a year old for a sin offering, and the priest shall make atonement for the soul that errs, when he sins unwittingly before Lord, to make atonement for him, and he shall be forgiven. Ye shall have one law for him who does anything unwittingly, for him who is homeborn among the sons of Israel, and for the stranger who sojourns among them. But the soul that does anything with a high hand, whether he be homeborn or a sojourner, the same blasphemes Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people, because he has despised the word of Lord, and has broken his commandment. That soul shall utterly be cut off. His iniquity shall be upon him. And while the sons of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks upon the Sabbath day. And those who found him gathering sticks brought him to Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation. And they put him in ward, because it had not been declared what should be done to him. And Lord said to Moses, "The man shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones outside the camp." And all the congregation brought him outside the camp, and stoned him to death with stones, as Lord commanded Moses. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the sons of Israel, and bid them that they make for them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of each border a cord of blue. And it shall be to you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of Lord, and do them, and that ye not follow after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to play the harlot, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy to your God. I am Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Lord your God." Chapter 16. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, with Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took, and they rose up before Moses, with certain of the sons of Israel, 250 rulers of the congregation, called to the assembly men of renown. And they assembled themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said to them, "Ye take too much upon you, since all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and Lord is among them. Why then do ye lift up yourselves?" And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. And he spoke to Korah and to all his company, saying, "In the morning Lord will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near to him. Even him whom he shall choose will he cause to come near to him. This do. Take you censers, Korah, and all his company, and put fire in them, and put incense upon them before Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom Lord chooses, he is holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi." And Moses said to Korah, "Hear now, ye sons of Levi. Is it a small thing to you that the God of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister to, and that he has brought thee near, and all thy brothers the sons of Levi with thee? And ye seek the priesthood also? Therefore thou and all thy company are gathered together against Lord. And Aaron, what is he that ye murmur against him?" And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab. And they said, "We will not come up. Is it a small thing that thou have brought us up out of a land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness? But thou must make thyself also a ruler over us? Moreover, thou have not brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, nor given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up." And Moses was very angry, and said to Lord, "Do not respect thou their offering. I have not taken one donkey from them, neither have I hurt one of them." And Moses said to Korah, "Be thou and all thy company before Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow. And take ye every man his censer, and put incense upon them, and bring ye before Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also, and Aaron, each his censer." And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, and laid incense on it, and stood at the door of the tent of meeting with Moses and Aaron. And Korah assembled all the congregation against them to the door of the tent of meeting. And the glory of Lord appeared to all the congregation. And Lord spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, "Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment." And they fell upon their faces and said, "O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be angry with all the congregation?" And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram." And Moses rose up and went to Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spoke to the congregation, saying, "Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins." So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out, and stood at the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little ones. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that Lord has sent me to do all these works, for it is not of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Lord has not sent me. But if Lord makes a new thing, and the ground opens its mouth, and swallows them up, with all that pertains to them, and they go down alive into Sheol, then ye shall understand that these men have despised Lord. And it came to pass, as he made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground split asunder that was under them, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up, and their households, and all the men that pertained to Korah, and all their goods. So they, and all that pertained to them, went down alive into Sheol. And the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the assembly. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up. And fire came forth from Lord, and devoured the 250 men who offered the incense. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are holy, even the censers of these sinners against their own lives, and let them be made beaten plates for a covering of the altar, for they offered them before Lord, therefore they are holy, and they shall be assigned to the sons of Israel. And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers, which those who were burnt had offered, and they beat them out for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial to the sons of Israel, to the end that no stranger, who is not of the seed of Aaron, come near to burn incense before Lord, that he not be as Korah and as his company, as Lord spoke to him by Moses. But on the morrow all the congregation of the sons of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of Lord. And it came to pass, when the congregation was assembled against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tent of meeting, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of Lord appeared. And Moses and Aaron came to the front of the tent of meeting, and Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. And Moses said to Aaron, Take thy censer, and put fire in it from off the altar, and lay incense on it, and carry it quickly to the congregation, and make atonement for them, for there is wrath gone out from Lord. The plague has be. And Aaron took as Moses spoke, and ran into the midst of the assembly. And behold, the plague had begun among the people. And he put on the incense, and made atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stopped. Now those who died by the plague were 14,700, besides those who died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned to Moses to the door of the tent of meeting, and the plague was stopped. Chapter 17. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and take rods from them, one for each father's house, from all their rulers according to their fathers' houses, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod. And thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi, for there shall be one rod for each head of their fathers' houses. And thou shalt lay them up in the tent of meeting before the testimony, where I meet with you. And it shall come to pass that the rod of the man whom I shall choose shall bud. And I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the sons of Israel, which they murmur against you. And Moses spoke to the sons of Israel. And all their rulers gave him rods, for each ruler one according to their fathers' houses, even 12 rods. And the rod of Aaron was among their rods. And Moses laid up the rods before Lord in the tent of the testimony. And it came to pass on the morrow, that Moses went into the tent of the testimony. And behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded, and put forth buds, and produced blossoms, and bore ripe almonds. And Moses brought out all the rods from before the Lord to all the sons of Israel. And they looked, and took every man his rod. And Lord said to Moses, Put back the rod of Aaron before the testimony, to be kept for a sign against the sons of rebellion, that thou may make an end of their murmurings against me, that they not die. Thus Moses did. As Lord commanded him, so he did. And the sons of Israel spoke to Moses, saying, Behold, we perish, we are undone, We are all undone. Every man who comes near to the tabernacle of Lord, dies. Shall we all of us perish? Chapter 18. And Lord said to Aaron, Thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. And thy brothers also, the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy father, bring thou near with thee, that they may be joined to thee, and minister to thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall be before the tent of the testimony, and they shall keep thy charge, and the charge of all the tent. Only they shall not come near to the vessels of the sanctuary and to the altar, that they not die, neither they nor ye. And they shall be joined to thee, and keep the charge of the tent of meeting, for all the service of the tent, and a stranger shall not come near to you. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary, and the charge of the altar, that there be no more wrath upon the sons of Israel. And I, behold, I have taken your brothers the Levites from among the sons of Israel. They are a gift to you, given to Lord, to do the service of the tent of meeting. And thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priesthood for everything of the altar, and for that within the veil, and ye shall serve. I give you the priesthood as a service of gift, and the stranger who comes near shall be put. And Lord spoke to Aaron, And I, behold, I have given thee the charge of my heave offerings, even all the hallowed things of the sons of Israel. I have given them to thee by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons, as a portion, for this shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved from the fire. Every oblation of theirs, even every meal offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render to thee, as the most holy things thou shalt eat of it. Every male shall eat of it. It shall be holy to thee. And this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, even all the wave offerings of the sons of Israel. I have given them to thee, and to thy sons and to thy daughters with thee, as a portion forever. Every one who is clean in thy all the best of the oil, and all the best of the vintage and of the grain, the first fruits of them which they give to Lord, I have given them to thee. The first ripe fruits of all that is in their land, which they bring to Lord, shall be thine. Every one who is clean in thy house shall eat of it. Everything devoted in Israel shall be thine. Everything that opens the womb of all flesh which they offer to Lord, both of man and beast, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man thou shalt surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts thou shalt redeem. And those that are to be redeemed of them from a month old shalt thou redeem according to thine estimation, for the money of 5 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, the same as 20 gerahs. But the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shalt burn their fat for an offering made by fire. And the flesh of them shall be thine, as the wave breast and as the right thigh, it shall be thine. All the heave offerings of the holy things which the sons of Israel offer to Lord, I have given thee, and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, as a portion forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before Lord to thee and to thy. And Lord said to Aaron, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any portion among them. I am thy portion and thine inheritance among the sons of Israel. And to the sons of Levi, behold, I have given all the tithe in Israel for an inheritance, in return for their service which they serve, even the service of the tent of meeting. And henceforth the sons of Israel shall not come near the tent of meeting, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tent of meeting, and they shall bear their iniquity. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. And among the sons of Israel they shall have no inheritance. For the tithe of the sons of Israel, which they offer as a heave offering to Lord, I have given to the Levites for an inheritance. Therefore I have said to them, Among the sons of Israel they shall have no inheritance. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Moreover thou shalt speak to the Levites, and say to them, When ye take from the sons of Israel the tithe which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up a heave offering of it for Lord. A tithe of the and your heave offering shall be reckoned to you, as though it were the grain of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress. Thus ye also shall offer a heave offering to Lord of all your tithes, which ye receive of the sons of Israel. And from it ye shall give Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest. Out of all your gifts ye shall offer every heave offering of Lord, of all the best of it, even the hallowed part of it out of it. Therefore thou shalt say to them, when ye heave the best of it from it, then it shall be reckoned to the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. And ye shall eat it in every place, ye and your households, for it is your reward in return for your service in the tent of meeting. And ye shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved from it the best of it. And ye shall not profane the holy things of the sons of Israel, that ye not die. Chapter 19. And Lord spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, This is the statute of the law which Lord has commanded, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel that they bring thee a red heifer without spot, in which is no blemish, and upon which a yoke never came. And ye shall give her to Eleazar the priest, and he shall bring her forth outside the camp, and she shall be killed before his face. And Eleazar the priest shall take of her blood with his finger, and sprinkle her blood toward the front of the tent of meeting 7 times. And the heifer shall be burned in his sight. Her skin, and her flesh, and her blood, with her dung, he shall burn. And the priest shall take cedar wood, and hyssop, and scarlet, and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer. Then the priest shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh in water. And afterward he shall come into the camp, and the priest shall be unclean until the evening. And he who burned her shall wash his clothes in water, and bathe his flesh in water, and shall be unclean until the evening. And a man who is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer, and lay them up outside the camp in a clean place. And it shall be kept for the congregation of the sons of Israel for a water for impurity. It is a sin offering. And he who gathers the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the evening. And it shall be to the sons of Israel, and to the stranger who sojourns among them, for a statute forever. He who touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. The same shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he does not purify himself the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean. Whoever touches a dead person, the body of a man who has died, and does not purify himself, defiles the tabernacle of Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water for impurity was not sprinkled upon him. He sees this is the law when a man dies in a tent. Everyone who comes into the tent, and everyone who is in the tent, shall be unclean 7 days, and every open vessel which has no covering bound upon it is unclean. And whoever in the open field touches a man who is slain with a sword, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. And for the unclean they shall take of the ashes of the burning of the sin offering, and running water shall be put with that in a vessel. And a clean man shall take hyssop, and dip it in the water, and sprinkle it upon the tent, and upon all the vessels, and upon the souls who were there, and upon him who touched the bone, or the slain, or the dead, or the grave. And the clean man shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day. And on the 7th day he shall purify him. And he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and shall be clean at evening. But the man who shall be unclean, and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from the midst of the assembly, because he has defiled the sanctuary of Lord. The water for impurity has not been sprinkled upon him. He is, and it shall be a perpetual statute to them. And he who sprinkles the water for impurity shall wash his clothes, and he who touches the water for impurity shall be unclean until evening. And whatever the unclean man touches shall be unclean, and the soul who touches it shall be unclean until evening. Chapter 20. And the sons of Israel, even the whole congregation, came into the wilderness of Zin in the 1st month, and the people abode in Kadesh. And Miriam died there, and was buried there. And there was no water for the congregation, and they assembled themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. And the people strove with Moses, and spoke, saying, Would that we had died when our brothers died before Lord. And why have ye brought the assembly of Lord into this wilderness, that we should die there, we and our beasts? And why have ye made us to come up out of Egypt, to bring us into this evil place? It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly to the door of the tent of meeting, and fell upon their faces. And the glory of Lord appeared to them. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the rod, and assemble the congregation, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye to the rock before their eyes, that it give forth its water, and thou shalt bring forth water to them out of the rock. So thou shalt give the coat. And Moses took the rod from before Lord, as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the assembly together before the rock. And he said to them, Hear now, ye rebels, shall we bring forth water to you out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand and smote the rock with his rod twice, and water came forth abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their cattle. And Lord said to Moses and Aaron, Because ye did not believe in me to sanctify me in the eyes of the sons of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this assembly into the land which I have given them. These are the waters of Meribah, because the sons of Israel strove with Lord, and he was sanctified in them. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh to the king of Edom. Thus says thy brother Israel, Thou know all the travail that has befallen us, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we dwelt in Egypt a long time. And the Egyptians dealt ill with us and our fathers. And when we cried to Lord, he heard our voice, and sent a heavenly agent, and brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the outermost of thy border. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy land. We will not pass through field or through vineyard, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go along the king's highway. We will not turn aside to the right hand nor to tea. And Edom said to him, Thou shalt not pass through me, lest I come out with the sword against thee. And the sons of Israel said to him, We will go up by the highway, and if we drink of thy water, I and my cattle, then will I give the price of it. Only let me, without doing anything, pass through on my feet. And he said, Thou shalt not pass through. And Edom came out against him with many people, and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border. Therefore Israel turned away from him. And they journeyed from Kadesh, and the sons of Israel, even the whole congregation, came to Mount Hor. And Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron in Mount Hor, by the border of the land of Edom, saying, Aaron shall be gathered to his people, for he shall not enter into the land which I have given to the sons of Israel, because ye rebelled against my word at the waters of Meribah. Take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and bring them up to Mount Hor, and strip Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son. And Aaron shall be gathered, and shall die there. And Moses did as Lord commanded, and they went up into Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation. And Moses stripped Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son. And Aaron died there on the top of the mount, and Moses and Eleazar came down from the mount. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they wept for Aaron 30 days, even all the house of Israel. Chapter 21. And the Canaanite, the king of Arad, who dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of Atharim, and he fought against Israel, and took some of them captive. And Israel vowed a vow to Lord, and said, If thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. And Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel, and delivered up the Canaanites. And they utterly destroyed them and their cities. And the name of the place was called Hormah. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way to the Red Sea, to encompass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the people spoke against God and against Moses, Why have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, and there is no water, and our soul loathes this light bread. And Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and many people of Israel died. And the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, because we have spoken against Lord and against thee. Pray to Lord that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. And Lord said to Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a standard. And it shall come to pass, that everyone who is bitten, when he sees it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and set it upon the standard. And it came to pass, that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he looked to the serpent of brass, he lived. And the sons of Israel journeyed, and encamped in Oboth. And they journeyed from Oboth, and encamped at Eabarim, in the wilderness which is before Moab, toward the sunrise. From there they journeyed, and encamped in the valley of Zered. From there they journeyed, and encamped on the other side of the Arnon, which is in the wilderness that comes out of the border of the Amorites. For the Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Therefore it is said in the book of the wars of Lord, Vaheb and Supha, and the valleys of the Arnon, and the slope of the valleys that inclines toward the dwelling of Ar, and leans upon the border of Moab. And from there they journeyed to Beer. That is the well of which Lord said to Moses, Gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, Spring up, O well. Sing ye to it the well which the rulers dug, which the nobles of the people dug with the scepter and with their staves. And from the wilderness they journeyed to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nahaliel, and from Nahaliel to Bamoth, and from Bamoth to the valley which is in the field of Moab, to the top of Pisgah, which looks down upon the desert. And Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, Let me pass through thy land. We will not turn aside into field or into vineyard. We will not drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway, until we have passed thy border. And Sihon would not allow Israel to pass through his border. But Sihon gathered all his people together, and went out against Israel into the wilderness, and came to Jahaz, and he fought against Israel. And Israel smote him with the edge of the sword, and possessed his land from the Arnon to the Jabbok, even to the sons of Ammon, for the border of the sons of Ammon was strong. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon, and in all the towns of it. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and had taken all his land out of his hand, even to the Arnon. Therefore those who speak in Proverbs say, Come ye to Heshbon. Let the city of Sihon be built and established, for a fire has gone out of Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It has devoured Ar of Moab, the lords of the high places of the Arnon. Woe to thee, Moab! Thou art undone, O people of Chemosh. He has given his sons as fugitives, and his daughters into captivity, to Sihon king of the Amorites. We have shot at them. Heshbon is perished even to Dibon, and we have laid waste even to Nophah, which reaches to Medeba. Thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites. And Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they took the towns of it, and drove out the Amorites that were there. And they turned and went up by the way of Bashan. And Og the king of Bashan went out against them, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And Lord said to Moses, Fear him not, for I have delivered him into thy hand, and all his people and his land. And thou shalt do to him as thou did to Sihon king of the Amorites, who dwelt at Heshbon. So they smote him, and his sons and all his people, until there was none left to him remaining. And they possessed his land. Chapter 22. And the sons of Israel journeyed, and encamped in the plains of Moab beyond the Jordan at Jericho. And Balak the son of Zippor saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was exceedingly afraid of the people, because they were many. And Moab was distressed because of the sons of Israel. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, Now will this multitude lick up all that is round about us, as the ox licks up the grass of the field. And Balak the son of Zippor was king of Moab at that time. And he sent messengers to Balaam the son of Beor to Pethor, which is by the river, to the land of the sons of his people, to call him, saying, Behold, a people came out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth. And come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse for me this people, for they are too mighty for me. Perhaps I shall prevail, that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I know that he whom thou bless is blessed. And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the rewards of divination in their hand. And they came to Balaam, and spoke to him the words of Balak. And he said to them, Lodge here this night, and I will bring you word again, as the Lord shall speak to me. And the rulers of Moab abode with Balaam. And God came to Balaam and said, What men are these with thee? And Balaam said to God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent to me, saying, Behold, the people came out of Egypt, it covers the face of the earth. Now come curse them for me. Perhaps I shall be able to fight against them, and shall drive them out. And God said to Balaam, Thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said to the rulers of Balak, Get into your land, for Lord refuses to give me leave to go with you. And the rulers of Moab rose up, and they went to Balak and said, Balaam refuses to come with us. And Balak sent yet again rulers, more and more honorable than they. And they came to Balaam and said to him, Thus says Balak the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming to me. For I will promote thee to very great honor, and whatever thou say to me I will do. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse this people for me. And Balaam answered and said to the servants of Balak, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of Lord my God, to do less or more. Now therefore I pray you, tarry ye also here this night, that I may know what Lord will speak to me more. And God came to Balaam at night, and said to him, If the men come to call thee, rise up, go with them. But only the word which I speak to thee, that shalt thou do. And Balaam rose up in the morning, and saddled his donkey, and went with the rulers of Moab. And God's anger was kindled because he went, and the agent of Lord placed himself in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. And the donkey saw the agent of Lord standing in the way, with his sword drawn in his hand, and the donkey turned aside out of the way, and went into the field. And Balaam smote the donkey to turn her into the way. Then the agent of Lord stood in a narrow path between the vineyards, a wall being on this side, and a wall on that side. And the donkey saw the agent of Lord, and she thrust herself to the wall, and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again. And the agent of Lord went further, and stood in a narrow place, where was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. And the donkey saw the agent of Lord, and she lay down under Balaam. And Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the donkey with his staff. And Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, What have I done to thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? And Balaam said to the donkey, Because thou have mocked me, I would there were a sword in my hand, for now I would have killed thee. And the donkey said to Balaam, Am not I thy donkey, upon which thou have ridden all thy life long to this day? Was I ever accustomed to do so to thee? And he said, No. Then Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the agent of Lord standing in the way, with his sword drawn in his hand. And he bowed his head and fell on his face. And the agent of Lord said to him, Why have thou smitten thy donkey these 3 times? Behold, I have come forth as an adversary, because thy way is perverse before me. And the donkey saw me, and turned aside before me these 3 times. Unless she had turned aside from me, surely now I would have even slain thee, and saved her alive. And Balaam said to the agent of Lord, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stood in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease thee, I will get back again. And the agent of Lord said to Balaam, Go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak to thee, that thou shalt speak. So Balaam went with the rulers of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam came, he went out to meet him to the city of Moab, which is on the border of the Arnon, which is in the outmost part of the border. And Balak said to Balaam, Did I not earnestly send to thee to call thee? Why did thou not come to me? Am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? And Balaam said to Balak, Lo, I have come to thee. Have I now any power at all to speak anything? The word that God puts in my mouth, that shall I speak. And Balaam went with Balak, and they came to Kiriath-Huzoth. And Balak sacrificed oxen and sheep, and sent to Balaam and to the rulers that were with him. Chapter 23. And Balaam said to Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram. And Balaam said to Balak, Stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go. Perhaps Lord will come to meet me, and whatever he shows me I will tell thee. And he went to a bare height. And God met Balaam, and he said to him, I have prepared the 7 altars, and I have offered up a bullock and a ram on every altar. And Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth, and said, Return to Balak, and thus thou shalt speak. And he returned to him, and, lo, he was standing by his burnt offering, he and all the rulers of Moab. And he took up his parable, and said, From Aram Balak has brought me, the king of Moab from the mountains of the east. Come, curse Jacob for me, and come, defy Israel. How shall I curse whom God has not cursed? And how shall I defy whom Lord has not defied? For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, it is a people that dwells alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob, or number the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. And Balak said to Balaam, What have thou done to me? I took thee to curse my enemies, and behold, thou have blessed them altogether. And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which Lord puts in my mouth? And Balak said to him, Come, I pray thee, with me to another place, from where thou may see them. Thou shalt see but the outmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and curse them for me from there. And he took him into the field of Zophim, to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered up a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said to Balak, Stand here by thy burnt offering, while I meet Lord yonder. And Lord met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Return to Balak, and thus shalt thou speak. And he came to him. And lo, he was standing by his burnt offering, and the rulers of Moab with him. And Balak said to him, What has Lord spoken? And he took up his parable, and said, Rise up, Balak, and hear. Hearken to me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Has he said, and will he not do it? Or has he spoken, and will he not make it good? Behold, I have received to bless, and he has blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He has not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither has he seen perverseness in Israel. Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. God brings them forth out of Egypt. He has, as it were, the strength of the wild ox. Surely there is no enchantment with Jacob, neither is there any divination with Israel. Now it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, What has God wrought? Behold, the people rise up as a lioness, and as a lion he lifts himself up. He shall not lie down until he eats of the prey and drinks the blood of the slain. And Balak said to Balaam, Neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. But Balaam answered and said to Balak, Did I not tell thee, saying, All that Lord speaks that I must do? And Balak said to Balaam, Come now, I will take thee to another place. Perhaps it will please God that thou may curse them for me from there. And Balak took Balaam to the top of Peor that looks down upon the desert. And Balaam said to Balak, Build for me here 7 altars, and prepare for me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered up a bullock and a ram on every altar. Chapter 24. And when Balaam saw that it pleased Lord to bless Israel, he did not go, as at the other times, to meet with omens, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel dwelling according to their tribes, and the Spirit of God came upon him. And he took up his parable, and said, Balaam the son of Beor says, and the man whose eye was closed says, He says, who hears the words of God, who sees the vision of the Almighty falling down and having his eyes open. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, thy tabernacles, O Israel! As valleys they are spread forth, as gardens by the riverside, as aloes which Lord has planted, as cedar trees beside the waters. Water shall flow from his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. God brings him forth out of Egypt. He has, as it were, the strength of the wild ox. He shall eat up the nations his adversaries, and shall break their bones in pieces, and smite them through with his arrows. He couched, he lay down as a lion and as a lioness. Who shall rouse him up? He who blesses thee is blessed, and he who curses thee is cursed. And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he struck his hands together. And Balak said to Balaam, I called thee to curse my enemies, and behold, thou have altogether blessed them these 3 times. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee to great honor, but lo, Lord has kept thee back from honor. And Balaam said to Balak, Did I not also speak to thy messengers that thou sent to me, saying, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of Lord, to do either good or bad of my own mind. What Lord speaks, that I will speak. And now, behold, I go to my people. Come, I will advise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. And he took up his parable, and said, Balaam the son of Beor says. And the man whose eye was closed says, He says, who hears the words of God, and knows the knowledge of the Most High, who sees the vision of the Almighty, falling down, and having his eyes open. I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. There shall come forth a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite through the corners of Moab, and break down all the sons of tumult. And Edom shall be a possession, Seir also shall be a possession, who were his enemies, while Israel does valiantly. And out of Jacob shall come he who shall have dominion, and shall destroy the remnant from the city. And he looked on Amalek, and took up his parable, and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall come to destruction. And he looked on the Kenite, and took up his parable, and said, Strong is thy dwelling place, and thy nest is set in the rock. Nevertheless, Cain shall be wasted, until Asher shall carry thee away captive. And he took up his parable, and said, Alas, who shall live when God does this? But ships shall come from the coast of Kittim, and they shall afflict Asher, and shall afflict Eber, and he also shall come to destruction. And Balaam rose up, and went and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way. Chapter 25. And Israel abode in Shittim. And the people began to play the harlot with the daughters of Moab, for they called the people to the sacrifices of their gods. And the people ate and bowed down to their gods. And Israel joined himself to Baal Peor, and the anger of Lord was kindled against Israel. And Lord said to Moses, Take all the chiefs of the people, and hang them up to Lord before the sun, that the fierce anger of Lord may turn away from Israel. And Moses said to the judges of Israel, Kill ye every one his men who have joined themselves to Baal Peor. And behold, one of the sons of Israel came and brought to his brothers a Midianite woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the sons of Israel, while they were weeping at the door of the tent of meeting. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from the midst of the congregation, and took a spear in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent, and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel, and the woman through her body. So the plague was stayed from the sons of Israel. And those who died by the plague were 24,000. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Phinehas the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, has turned my wrath away from the sons of Israel, in that he was jealous with my jealousy among them, so that I did not consume the sons of Israel in my jealousy. Therefore say, Behold, I give to him my covenant of peace, and it shall be to him and to his seed after him the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was jealous for his God and made atonement for the sons of Israel. Now the name of the man of Israel who was slain with the Midianite woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, a ruler of a father's house among the Simeonites. And the name of the Midianite woman who was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur. He was head of the people of a father's house in Midian. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Vex the Midianites and smite them, for they vex you with their wiles, with which they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, and in the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of the ruler of Midian, their sister, who was slain on the day of the plague in the matter of Peor. Chapter 26. And it came to pass after the plague, that Lord spoke to Moses and to Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take the sum of all the congregation of the sons of Israel, from 20 years old and upward, by their fathers' houses, all who are able to go forth to war in Israel. And Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, From 20 years old and upward, as Lord commanded Moses and the sons of Israel who came forth out of the land of Egypt, Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, the sons of Reuben, of Hanok, the family of the Hanokites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the Reubenites, and those who were numbered of them were 43,730. And the sons of Palu, Eliab, and the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, and Dathan, and Abiram. These are that Dathan and Abiram, who were renowned men of the congregation, who strove against Moses and against Aaron in the company of Korah, when they strove against Lord. And the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah when that company died. That time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became an example. Notwithstanding, the sons of Korah did not die. The sons of Simeon according to their families, of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, of Jamin, the family of the Jaminites, of Jachin, the family of the Jachinites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites, of Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 22,200. The sons of Gad according to their families, of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites, of Haggi, the family of the Haggites, of Shuni, the family of the Shunites, of Ozni, the family of the Oznites, of Eri, the family of the Erites, of Arod, the family of the Arodites, of Areli, the family of the Arelites. These are the families of the sons of Gad according to those who were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah, Er and Onan. And Er and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Judah according to their families were, of Shelah, the family of the Shelonites, of Perez, the family of the Perizzites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites. And the sons of Perez were, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Hamul, the family of the Hamalites. These are the families of Judah according to those who were numbered of them, 76,500. The sons of Issachar according to their families, of Tola, the family of the Tolites, of Puva, the family of the Punites, of Jashub, the family of the Jashubites, of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar according to those who were numbered of them, 64,300. The sons of Zebulun according to their families, of Sered, the family of the Seredites, of Elon, the family of the Elonites, of Jaleel, the family of the Jaleelites. These are the families of the Zebulunites according to those who were numbered of them, 60,500. The sons of Joseph according to their families, Manasseh and Ephraim. The sons of Manasseh, of Mashir, the family of the Machirites, and Mashir begat Gilead, of Gilead, the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead, of Iezer, the family of the Iezerites, of Helek, the family of the Helekites, and of Azriel, the family of the Azrielites, and of Shechem, the family of the Shechemites, and of Shemida, the family of the Shemedites, and of Hepher, the family of the Hepherites. And Zelophehad the son of Hepher had no sons, but daughters, and the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahlah, and Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those who were numbered of them were 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim according to their families, of Shuthelah, the family of the Shuthelahites, of Becher, the family of the Becherites, of Tahan, the family of the Tahanites. And these are the sons of Shuthelah, of Iran, the family of the Aaronites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim, according to those who were numbered of them, 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph after their families, the sons of Benjamin according to their families, Of Bela, the family of the Belates. Of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites. Of Ahiram, the family of the Ahiramites. Of Shephupim, the family of the Shuppamites. Of Hupim, the family of the Huphamites. And the sons of Bela were Ard and Naaman. Of Ard, the family of the Ardites. Of Naaman, the family of the Naamites. These are the sons of Benjamin according to their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan according to their families. Of Shuham, the family of the Shuhamites. These are the families of Dan according to their families. All the families of the Shuhamites, according to those who were numbered of them, were 64,400. The sons of Asher according to their families. Of Imnah, the family of the Imnites. Of Ishvi, the family of the Ishvites. Of Beriah, the family of the Berites. Of the sons of Beriah. Of Heber, the family of the Heberites. Of Malchiel, the family of the Malchielites. And the name of the daughter of Asher was Serah. These are the families of the sons of Asher according to those who were numbered of them, 53,400. The sons of Naphtali according to their families. Of Jeziel, the family of the Jezelites. Of Guni, the family of the Gunites. Of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites. Of Shillem, the family of the Shillemites. These are the families of Naphtali according to their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,400. These are those who were numbered of the sons of Israel, 601,730. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, To these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. To the many thou shalt give more inheritance, and to the few thou shalt give less inheritance. To each one according to those who were numbered of him shall his inheritance be given. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot. They shall inherit according to the names of the tribes of their fathers. According to the lot, their inheritance shall be divided between the many and the fewer. And these are those who were numbered of the Levites according to their families. Of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites. Of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites. Of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of Levi, the family of the Libnites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Mahlites, the family of the Mushites, the family of the Korahites. And Kohath begat Amram. And the name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi in Egypt. And she bore to Amram, Aaron, and Moses, and Miriam their sister. And to Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died, when they offered strange fire before Lord. And those who were numbered of them were 23,000, every male from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the sons of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the sons of Israel. These are those who were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the sons of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. But among these there was not a man of them who was numbered by Moses and Aaron the priest, who numbered the sons of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For Lord had said of them, They shall surely die in the wilderness. And there was not a man of them left, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. Chapter 27. Then the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Mashir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, drew near. And these are the names of his daughters, Mahlah, Noah, and H. And they stood before Moses, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the rulers and all the congregation, at the door of the tent of meeting, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, and he was not among the company of those who gathered themselves together against Lord in the company of Korah, but he died in his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should the name of our father be taken away from among his family, because he had no son? Give to us a possession among the brothers of our father. And Moses brought their case before Lord. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brothers, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass to them. And thou shalt speak to the sons of Israel, saying, If a man dies and has no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass to his daughter. And if he has no daughter, then ye shall give his inheritance to his brothers. And if he has no brothers, then ye shall give his inheritance to his father's brothers. And if his father has no brothers, then ye shall give his inheritance to his kinsman who is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be to the sons of Israel a statute and ordinance, as Lord commanded Moses. And Lord said to Moses, Get thee up unto this mountain of Abarim, and behold the land which I have given to the sons of Israel. And when thou have seen it, thou also shalt be gathered to thy people, as Aaron thy brother was gathered, because ye rebelled against my word in the wilderness of Zin, in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the waters before their eyes. These are the waters of Meribah of Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin. And Moses spoke to Lord, saying, Let Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, appoint a man over the congregation, who may go out before them, and who may come in before them, and who may lead them out, and who may bring them in, that the congregation of Lord be not as sheep which have no shepherd. And Lord said to Moses, Take thee Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay thy hand upon him, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight. And thou shalt put of thine honor upon him, that all the congregation of the sons of Israel may obey. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall inquire for him by the judgment of the Urim before Lord. At his word shall they go out, and at his word they shall come in, both he and all the sons of Israel with him, even as Moses did as Lord commanded him. And he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest and before all the congregation. And he laid his hands upon him and gave him a charge as Lord spoke by Moses. Chapter 28. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the sons of Israel, and say to them, My oblation, my food for my offerings made by fire, of a sweet savor to me, ye shall observe to offer to me in their due season. And thou shalt say to them, This is the offering made by fire which ye shall offer to Lord. He lambs a year old without blemish, 2 day by day, for a continual burnt offering. The one lamb thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at evening, and the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with the 4th part of a hin of beaten oil. It is a continual burnt offering, which was ordained on Mount Sinai for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire to Lord. And the drink offering of it shall be the 4th part of a hin for the one lamb. In the holy place thou shalt pour out a drink offering of strong drink to Lord, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at evening. As the meal offering of the morning, and as the drink offering of it thou shalt offer it, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to Lord. And on the Sabbath day 2 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and 2/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil, and the drink offering of it. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, besides the continual burnt offering, and the drink offering of it. And in the beginnings of your months ye shall offer a burnt offering to Lord, 2 young bullocks, and 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and 3/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil for each bullock, and 2/10 parts of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil for the 1 ram, and a 10th part of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering to every lamb, for a burnt offering of a sweet savor, an offering made by fire to Lord. And their drink offerings shall be 1/2 a hin of wine for a bullock, and the 1/3 part of a hin for the ram, and the 4th part of a hin for a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every month throughout the months of the year. And 1 he-goat for a sin offering to Lord, it shall be offered besides the continual burnt offering, and the drink offering of it. And in the 1st month, on the 14th day of the month, is Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of this month shall be a feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. In the 1st day shall be a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire, a burnt offering to Lord, 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, and 7 he-lambs a year old. They shall be to you without blemish, and their meal offering, fine flour mingled with oil. 3/10 parts ye shall offer for a bullock, and 2/10 parts for the ram. 1/10 part shalt thou offer for every lamb of the 7 lambs. Also 1 he-goat for a sin offering, to make atonement for you. Ye shall offer these besides the burnt offering of the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. After this manner ye shall offer daily for 7 days the food of the offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to Lord. It shall be offered besides the continual burnt offering and the drink offering of it. And on the 7th day ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. Also in the day of the first fruits, when ye offer a new meal offering to Lord in your feast of weeks, ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, but ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor to Lord. 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old, and their meal offering, fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts for each bullock, 2/10 parts for the 1 ram, 1/10 part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, 1 he-goat, to make atonement for you. Besides the continual burnt offering and the meal offering of it, ye shall offer them, they shall be to you without blemish, and their drink offerings. Chapter 29. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing of trumpets to you. And ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor to Lord, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts for the bullock, 2/10 parts for the ram, and 1/10 part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, and 1 he-goat for a sin offering, to make atonement for you besides the burnt offering of the new moon, and the meal offering of it, and the continual burnt offering and the meal offering of it, and their drink offerings according to their ordinance, for a sweet savor, an offering made by. And on the 10th day of this 7th month ye shall have a holy convocation, and ye shall afflict your souls. Ye shall do no manner of work, but ye shall offer a burnt offering to Lord for a sweet savor, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old. They shall be to you without blemish, and their meal offering fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts for the bullock, 2/10 parts for the 1 ram, 1/10 part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering of it, and their drink offerings. And on the 15th day of the 7th month ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep a feast to Lord 7 days. And ye shall offer a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to Lord. 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old, they shall be without blemish. And their meal offering, fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts for every bullock of the 13 bullocks, 2/10 parts for each ram of the 2 rams, and 1/10 part for every lamb of the 14 lambs, and 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. And on the 2nd day, 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering of it, and their drink offerings. And on the 3rd day, 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. And on the 4th day, 10 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. And on the 5th day, 9 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. And on the 6th day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, the meal offering of it, and the drink offerings of it. And on the 7th day, 7 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. On the 8th day ye shall have a solemn assembly. Ye shall do no servile work, but ye shall offer a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to Lord. 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old without blemish. Their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the ordinance. And 1 he-goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. These ye shall offer to Lord in your set feasts, besides your vows and your freewill offerings for your burnt offerings, and for your meal offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. And Moses told the sons of Israel according to all that Lord commanded Moses. Chapter 30. And Moses spoke to the heads of the tribes of the sons of Israel, saying, This is the thing which Lord has commanded. When a man vows a vow to Lord, or swears an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeds out of his mouth. Also, when a woman vows a vow to Lord, and binds herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hears her vow, and her bond with which she has bound her soul, and her father remains silent at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond with which she has bound her soul shall stand. But if her father disallows her in the day that he hears, none of her vows, or of her bonds with which she has bound her soul, shall stand. And Lord will forgive her, because her father disallowed her. And if she is married to a husband, while her vows are upon her, or the rash utterance of her lips, with which she has bound her soul, and her husband hears it, and remains silent at her in the day that he hears it, then her vows shall stand, and her bonds with which she has bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallows her in the day that he hears it, then he shall make void her vow which is upon her, and the rash utterance of her lips with which she has bound her soul. And Lord will forgive her. But the vow of a widow, or of her who is divorced, even everything with which she has bound her soul shall stand against her. And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it, and remained silent at her, and did not disallow her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond with which she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband made them null and void in the day that he heard them, then whatever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband has made them void, and Lord, we every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether remains silent at her from day to day, then he establishes all her vows, or all her bonds, which are upon her. He has established them because he remained silent at her in the day that he heard them. But if he shall make them null and void after he has heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity. These are the statutes which Lord commanded Moses, between a man and his wife, between a father and his daughter, being in her youth in her father's house. Chapter 31. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Avenge the sons of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward thou shalt be gathered to thy people. And Moses spoke to the people, saying, Arm ye men from among you for the war, that they may go against Midian, to execute Lord's vengeance on Midian. From every tribe 1,000, throughout all the tribes of Israel, ye shall send to the war. So there were delivered, out of the thousands of Israel, 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them 1,000 of every tribe to the war, them and Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war with the vessels of the sanctuary and the trumpets for the alarm in his hand. And they warred against Midian as Lord commanded Moses, and they killed every male. And they killed the kings of Midian with the rest of their slain, Evi and Rechem and Zur and Hur and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. They also killed Balaam the son of Beor with the sword. And the sons of Israel took captive the women of Midian and their little ones, and all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods they took for a prey. And all their cities and the places in which they dwelt and all their encampments they burnt with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of man and of beast. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil to Moses and to Eleazar the priest and to the congregation of the sons of Israel, to the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by the Jordan at Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the rulers of the congregation went forth to meet them outside the camp. And Moses was angry with the officers of the army, the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds, who came from the service of the war. And Moses said to them, Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the sons of Israel, through the counsel of Balaam, to commit trespass against Lord in the matter of Peor, and so the plague was among the congregation of Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that is known man by lying with him. But all the women children who have not known man by laying with him, keep alive for yourselves, and encamp ye outside the camp 7 days. Whoever has killed any person, and whoever has touched any slain, purify yourselves on the 3rd day and on the 7th day, ye and your captives. And as to every garment, and all that is made of skin, and all work of goat's hair, and all things made of wood, ye shall purify yourselves. And Eleazar the priest said to the men of war who went to the battle, This is the statute of the law which Lord has commanded Moses. Only the gold and the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything which may go into fire, ye shall make to go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless it shall be purified with the water for impurity. And all that may not go into fire ye shall make to go through the water. And ye shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and ye shall be clean, and afterward ye shall come into the camp. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of man and of beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the heads of the fathers of the congregation, and divide the prey into 2 parts, between the men skilled in war who went out to battle, and all the congregation. And levy a tribute to Lord of the men of war who went out to battle, 1 soul of 500, both of the persons and of the oxen, and of the donkeys, and of the flocks. Take it of their half, and give it to Eleazar the priest, for Lord's heave offering. And of the sons of Israel's half, thou shalt take 1 drawn out of every 50, of the persons, of the oxen, of the donkeys, and of the flocks, even of all the cattle, and give them to the Levites, who keep the charge of the Tab. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as Lord commanded Moses. Now the prey, over and above the booty which the men of war took, was 675,000 sheep, and 72,000 oxen, and 61,000 donkeys, and 32,000 persons in all, of the women who had not known man by laying with him. And the half, which was the portion of those who went out to war, was in number 337,500 sheep. And Lord's tribute of the sheep was 675, and the oxen were 36,000, of which Lord's tribute was 72. And the donkeys were 30,500, of which Lord's tribute was 61. And the persons were 16,000, of whom Lord's tribute was 32 persons. And Moses gave the tribute, which was Lord's heave offering, to Eleazar the priest, as Lord commanded Moses. And of the sons of Israel's half, which Moses divided off from the men who warred, now the congregation's half was 337,500 sheep, and 36,000 oxen, and 30,500 donkeys, and 16,000 persons. Even of the sons of Israel's half, Moses took 1 drawn out of every 50, both of man and of beast, and gave them to the Levites, who kept the charge of the tabernacle of Lord, as Lord commanded Moses, and the officers who were over the thousands of the army, The captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds came near to Moses, and they said to Moses, Thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war that are under our charge, and there lacks not one man of us. And we have brought Lord's oblation, what every man has gotten, of jewels of gold, ankle chains and bracelets, signet rings, earrings and armlets, to make atonement for our souls before Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold from them, even all wrought jewels. And all the gold of the heave offering that they offered up to Lord, of the captains of thousands and of the captains of hundreds, was 16,750 shekels. For the men of war had taken booty, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and brought it into the tent of meeting for a memorial for the sons of Israel before Lord. Chapter 32. Now the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle. And when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was a place for cattle, the sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben came and spoke to Moses, and to Eleazar the priest, and to the rulers of the congregation, saying, Ataroth and Dibon, and Jazer, and Nimrah, and Heshbon, and Eleale, and Sebam, and Nebo, and Beon, the land which Lord smote before the congregation of Israel, is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. And they said, If we have found favor in thy sight, let this land be given to thy servants for a possession. Bring us not over the Jordan. And Moses said to the sons of Gad and to the sons of Reuben, Shall your brothers go to the war, and shall ye sit here? And why do ye discourage the heart of the sons of Israel from going over into the land which Lord has given them? Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up to the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the sons of Israel, that they should not go into the land which Lord had given them. And Lord's anger was kindled in that day, and he swore, saying, Surely none of the men who came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, because they have wholly followed Lord. And Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander to and fro in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of Lord was consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men, to augment yet the fierce anger of Lord toward Israel. For if ye turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and ye will destroy all this people. And they came near to him and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our cattle, and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will be ready armed to go before the sons of Israel, until we have brought them to their place. And our little ones shall dwell in the fortified cities because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our houses until the sons of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on the other side of the Jordan and forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side of the Jordan eastward. And Moses said to them, If ye will do this thing, if ye will arm yourselves to go before Lord to the war, and every armed man of you will pass over the Jordan before Lord, until he has driven out his enemies from before him, and the land is subdued before Lord, then afterward ye shall return, and be guiltless towards Lord and towards Israel, and this land shall be to you for a possession before Lord. But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. Build for you cities for your little ones and folds for your sheep, and do that which has proceeded out of your mouth. And the sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben spoke to Moses, saying, Thy servants will do as my Lord commands. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead. But thy servants will pass over, every man who is armed for war, before Lord to battle, as my Lord says. So Moses gave charge concerning them to Eleazar the priest, and to Joshua the son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the sons of Israel. And Moses said to them, If the sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben will pass with you over the Jordan, every man that is armed to battle before Lord, and the land shall be subdued before you, Then ye shall give them the land of Gil, but if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben answered, saying, As Lord has said to thy servants, so we will do. We will pass over armed before Lord into the land of Canaan, and the possession of our inheritance is with us beyond the Jordan. And Moses gave to them, even to the sons of Gad, and to the sons of Reuben, and to the half-tribe of Manasseh the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og king of Bashan, the land according to the sons of Gad built Dibon, and Ataroth and Aroer, and Atroth-Shopan, and Jazer, and Jogbehah, and Beth-Nimrah, and Beth-Haran, fortified cities, and folds for sheep. And the sons of Reuben built Heshbon, and Eleale, and Kiriathim, and Nebo, and Baal-Meon, their names being changed, and Sibmah. And they gave other names to the cities which they built. And the sons of Machir the son of Manasseh went to Gilead, and took it, and dispossessed the Amorites that were in it. And Moses gave Gilead to Machir the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt in it. And Jair the son of Manasseh went and took the towns of it, and called them Havoth-Jair. And Noba went and took Kenath and the villages of it, and called it Noba, after his own name. Chapter 33. These are the journeys of the sons of Israel when they went forth out of the land of Egypt by their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. And Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys by the commandment of Lord. And these are their journeys according to their goings out. And they journeyed from Rameses in the 1st month, on the 15th day of the 1st month. On the morrow after the Passover, the sons of Israel went out with a high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians, while the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn whom Lord had smitten among them. Upon their gods also Lord executed judgments. And the sons of Israel journeyed from Rameses and encamped in Succoth. And they journeyed from Succoth and encamped in Etham, which is in the edge of the wilderness. And they journeyed from Etham and turned back to Piahiroth, which is before Baal-Zephon, and they encamped before Migdol. And they journeyed from before Hahiroth, and passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness. And they went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and encamped in Marah. And they journeyed from Marah, and came to Elim. And in Elim were 12 springs of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there. And they journeyed from Elim, and encamped by the Red Sea. And they journeyed from the Red Sea, and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. And they journeyed from the wilderness of Sin, and encamped in Dophkah. And they journeyed from Dophkah, and encamped in Alush. And they journeyed from Alush, and encamped in Rephidim, where was no water for the people to drink. And they journeyed from Rephidim, and encamped in the wilderness of Sinai. And they journeyed from the wilderness of Sinai, and encamped in Kibroth-Hattaavah. And they journeyed from Kibroth-Hattaavah, and encamped in Hazeroth. And they journeyed from Hazeroth, and encamped in Rithmah. And they journeyed from Rithmah, and encamped in Rimmon-Perez. And they journeyed from Rimmon-Perez, and encamped in Libnah. And they journeyed from Libnah, and encamped in Risa. And they journeyed from Risa, and encamped in Kehelatha. And they journeyed from Kehelatha, and encamped in Mount Sheper. And they journeyed from Mount Sheper, and encamped in Harada. And they journeyed from Harada, and encamped in Makaloth. And they journeyed from Makaloth, and encamped in Tahath. And they journeyed from Tahath, and encamped in Terah. And they journeyed from Terah, and encamped in Mithkah. And they journeyed from Mithkah, and encamped in Hashmonah. And they journeyed from Hashmonah, and encamped in Moseroth. And they journeyed from Moseroth, and encamped in Benajakan. And they journeyed from Benajakan, and encamped in Hor-Haggidgad. And they journeyed from Hor-Haggidgad, and encamped in Jotbatha. And they journeyed from Jotbatha, and encamped in Abrona. And they journeyed from Abrona, and encamped in Ezion-Geber. And they journeyed from Ezion-Geber, and encamped in the wilderness of Zin, the same as Kadesh. And they journeyed from Kadesh, and encamped at Mount Hor, in the edge of the land of Edom. And Aaron the priest went up onto Mount Hor at the commandment of Lord, and died there, in the 40th year after the sons of Israel came out of the land of Egypt, in the 5th month, on the 1st day of the month. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. And the Canaanite, the king of Arad, who dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the sons of Israel. And they journeyed from Mount Hor, and encamped in Zalmonah. And they journeyed from Zalmonah, and encamped in Punon. And they journeyed from Punon, and encamped in Oboth. And they journeyed from Oboth, and encamped in Iye-Abarim, in the border of Moab. And they journeyed from Iyim, and encamped in Dibon-Gad. And they journeyed from Dibon-Gad, and encamped in Almon-Diblathaim. And they journeyed from Almon-Diblathaim, and encamped in the mountains of Abarim before Nebo. And they journeyed from the mountains of Abarim, and encamped in the plains of Moab, by the Jordan at Jericho. And they encamped by the Jordan, from Beth-Jeshimoth even to Abel-Shittim in the plains of Moab. And Lord spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and say to them, When ye pass over the Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their figured stones, and destroy all their molten images, and demolish all their high places. And ye shall take possession of the land, and dwell in it, for to you I have given the land to possess it. And ye shall inherit the land by lot according to your families. To the more ye shall give more inheritance, and to the few thou shalt give less inheritance. Wherever the lot falls to any man, that shall be his. Ye shall inherit Ak, but if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then those that ye let remain of them shall be as pricks in your eyes, and as thorns in your sides, and they shall vex you in the land in which ye dwell. And it shall come to pass that, as I thought to do to them, so I will do to you. Chapter 34. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the sons of Israel, and say to them, When ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall to you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan according to the borders of it. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin along by the side of Edom. And your south border shall be from the end of the salt sea eastward. And your border shall turn about southward of the ascent of Akrabim, and pass along to Zin. And the goings out of it shall be southward of Kadesh Barnea. And it shall go forth to Hazar Adar, and pass along to Asmon. And the border shall turn about from Asmon to the brook of Egypt, and the goings out of it shall be at the sea. And for the western border ye shall have the great sea and the border of it. This shall be your west border, and this shall be your north border. From the great sea ye shall mark out for you Mount Hor. From Mount Hor ye shall mark out to the entrance of Hamath, and the goings out of the border shall be at Zedad. And the border shall go forth to Ziphron, and the goings out of it shall be at Hazar Enan. This shall be your north border, and ye shall mark out your east border from Hazar Enan to Shephem. And the border shall go down from Shephem to Riblah, on the east side of Ain. And the border shall go down, and shall reach to the side of the sea of Chinnereth eastward. And the border shall go down to the Jordan, and the goings out of it shall be at the salt sea. This shall be your land according to the borders of it round about. And Moses commanded the sons of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, which Lord has commanded to give to the 9 tribes, and to the half-tribe. For the tribe of the sons of Reuben according to their fathers' houses, and the tribe of the children of Gad according to their fathers' houses, have received, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have received, their inheritance. The 2 tribes and the half-tribe have received their inheritance beyond the Jordan at Jericho eastward toward the sunrise. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, These are the names of the men who shall divide the land to you for inheritance, Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun. And ye shall take 1 ruler of every tribe to divide the land for inheritance. And these are the names of the men. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and of the tribe of the sons of Simeon, Shemuel the son of Ammihud. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Elidad the son of Chislon. And of the tribe of the sons of Dan a ruler, Buki the son of Jogli. Of the sons of Joseph. Of the tribe of the sons of Manasseh a ruler, Haniel the son of Ephod. And of the tribe of the sons of Ephraim a ruler, Kemuel the son of Shipton. And of the tribe of the sons of Zebulun a ruler, Elizaphan the son of Parnak. And of the tribe of the sons of Issachar a ruler, Paltiel the son of Azan. And of the tribe of the sons of Asher a ruler, Ahihud the son of Shalomi, and of the tribe of the sons of Naphtali a ruler, Pedahel the son of Ammihud. These are those whom Lord commanded to divide the inheritance to the sons of Israel in the land of Canaan. Chapter 35. And Lord spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, Command the sons of Israel, that they give to the Levites from the inheritance of their possession cities to dwell in. And ye shall give suburbs for the cities round about them to the Levites. And they shall have the cities to dwell in, and their suburbs shall be for their cattle, and for their substance, and for all their beasts. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be from the wall of the city and outward 1,000 cubits round about. And ye shall measure outside the city for the east side 2,000 cubits, and for the south side 2,000 cubits, and for the west side 2,000 cubits, and for the north side 2,000 cubits, the city being in the Emin of the cities which ye shall give to the Levites. There shall be the 6 cities of refuge, which ye shall give for the manslayer to flee to. And besides them ye shall give 42 cities. All the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be 48 cities, them with their suburbs. And concerning the cities which ye shall give of the possession of the sons of Israel, from the many ye shall take many, and from the few ye shall take few. Every one according to his inheritance which he inherits shall give of his. And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and say to them, When ye pass over the Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall appoint cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the manslayer who kills any person unwittingly may flee there. And the cities shall be to you for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer not die until he stands before the congregation for judgment. And the cities which ye shall give shall be for you 6 cities of refuge. Ye shall give 3 cities beyond the Jordan, and 3 cities ye shall give in the land of Canaan. They shall be cities of refuge, for the sons of Israel, and for the stranger, and for the sojourner among them. These 6 cities shall be for refuge, that every one who kills any person unwittingly may flee there. But if he smote him with an instrument of iron so that he died, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. And if he smote him with a stone in the hand, by which a man may die, and he died, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. Or if he smote him with a weapon of wood in the hand, by which a man may die, and he died, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. The avenger of blood shall himself put the murderer to death. When he meets him, he shall put him to death. And if he thrust him from hatred, or hurled at him, laying in wait so that he died, or in enmity smote him with his hand, so that he died, he who smote him shall surely be put to death. He is a murderer. The avenger of blood shall put the murderer to death when he meets him. But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or hurled upon him anything without laying in wait, or with any stone by which a man may die, not seeing him, and cast it upon him, so that he died, and he was not his enemy, nor sought his harm. Then the congregation shall judge between the smiter and the avenger of blood according to these ordinances. And the congregation shall deliver the manslayer out of the hand of the avenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to his city of refuge where he fled. And he shall dwell in it until the death of the high priest, who but if the manslayer shall at any time go beyond the border of his city of refuge where he flees, and the avenger of blood find him outside the border of his city of refuge, and the avenger of blood kills the manslayer, he shall not be guilty of blood, because he should have remained in his city of refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest the manslayer shall return into the land of his possession. And these things shall be for a statute and ordinance to you throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Whoever kills any person, the murderer, shall be slain at the mouth of witnesses, but one witness shall not testify against any person so that he dies. Moreover, ye shall take no ransom for the life of a murderer who is guilty of death, but he shall surely be put to death. And ye shall take no ransom for him who has fled to his city of refuge, that he may come again to dwell in the land, until the death of the priest. So ye shall not pollute the land in which ye are, for blood, it pollutes the land. And no expiation can be made for the land for the blood that is shed in it, but by the blood of him who shed it. And thou shalt not defile the land which ye inhabit, in the midst of which I dwell, for I, Lord, dwell in the midst of the sons of Israel. Chapter 36. And the heads of the fathers of the family of the sons of Gilead, the son of Mashir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near, and spoke before Moses, and before the rulers, the heads of the fathers of. And they said, Lord commanded my Lord to give the land for inheritance by lot to the sons of Israel. And my Lord was commanded by Lord to give the inheritance of Zelophehad our brother to his daughters. And if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the sons of Israel, then their inheritance will be taken away from the inheritance of our fathers, and will be added to the inheritance of the tribe to which they is. And when the jubilee of the sons of Israel shall be, then their inheritance will be added to the inheritance of the tribe to which they shall belong. So their inheritance will be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our. And Moses commanded the sons of Israel according to the word of Lord, saying, The tribe of the sons of Joseph speak right. This is the thing which Lord commands concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, Let them be married to whom they think best, only into the family of the tribe of their father shall they be married. So no inheritance of the sons of Israel shall remove from tribe to tribe, for the sons of Israel shall cling each one to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers. And every daughter who possesses an inheritance in any tribe of the sons of Israel shall be wife to one of the family of the tribe of her father, that the sons of Israel may possess every man the inheritance of his fathers. So no inheritance shall move from one tribe to another tribe, for the tribes of the sons of Israel shall cling each one to his own inheritance. Even as Lord commanded Moses, so did the daughters of Zelophehad. For Mahlah, Tirzah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married to their father's brothers' sons. They were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of the family of their father. These are the commandments and the ordinances which Lord commanded by Moses to the sons of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. If you like the content, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.